I heard you got triggered by a comment. Did I? I don't even know what you're talking about, brother. Hopefully you can be a little bit more revealing about what you mean. I saw some sort of post that said you got mad at Austin or something. I'm confused. I got mad at one of my closest friends and my podcast co-host because of a post that you saw on Reddit. I think you should reconsider and try to recognize context, nuance, how people operate. They're talking about Saturday stream when Austin asked if you're mad at him. Is the TikTok fell off clip chimp you knew was coming? Yeah, I think so. There's nothing funnier than parasocial Redditors and neurodivergent losers who cannot fucking read a moment, fantasizing about the relationship dynamic between two people who know each other personally, who are podcast co-hosts, who, stay at one another's houses. But hey guys, you guys know better. I don't understand how this in particular is, one, done by other content creators themselves. I genuinely don't understand it. Like, I get why parasocial watchers will fucking develop these sorts of attitudes, but it is pretty funny when it's goaded by like a literal content creator. Was just asking a question, but I'm a loser, I guess now. Sounds kind of triggered to me. Brother, you're doing a really bad job of trying to like just ask questions. But yeah, it is loser behavior if you think that like a subreddit of a 5-second clip, seeing a subreddit post of a 5-second clip and then making assertions off of that and then coming in here to be like, I heard you got triggered, is pretty loser shit. And I think that you should know that. Hopefully you'll recognize that and then won't do it again in the future. Not against me, just in particular. I'm just asking questions. I don't know if I'm the one who's triggered here. Seems like you might be the one who's triggered. No clip of Hasan raising 100K, but 5-second clip of a 2-day-old stream. The rage bait is #1 of some subreddit is crazy. It's not crazy. It's expected. It's a cancerous, toxic subreddit. LSF is what we're talking about. Yeah. I mean, listen, you just don't pay attention to it. Move on. Who gives a f? Do people really not have that much going on in their lives? They spend time in their day scrolling through degenerate online forums. No, I think the saddest part about it is the people that literally fucking comb through streams to find something from like 2 days ago to be like, see, we caught him. And the thing that you caught me in is just nothing. The problem with that is that it's like a very obvious attempt to be like, hey, don't pay attention to all the fun shit or the good shit that's going on over there. And look at this is drama. There's a lot of losers out there. There's not really much you can do. There's a lot of sad, pathetic people online that do this kind of thing as a passion project. They don't even get paid to do it, which is kind of crazy to me. The weird thing is that your fan channels on TikTok posted it as a funny thing and people blew it out of proportion. Yeah. Austin and I hate each other. The podcast is over. It's done. These guys are right. He really got me. He frustrated me to no end. And that's it. Fear End is done. During Pride Month, nonetheless. Like, that should show you everything, though. My favorite comment was how you threatened to cancel the podcast, lol. Wait, people are saying that the podcast is canceled? That's awesome. Yay. Maybe just roll with this one. Yeah, we canceled the podcast. Don't show up next Monday, please, to see the dynamic of the relationship and how it's changed dramatically for the worse. It's pretty easy to slip into online loser behavior when you're bored and scrolling all day. That's why you need new hobbies. I agree. Literally, Austin yesterday. Yeah, he must hate you. Yeah. I thought posts about you weren't allowed. No, posts from a particular community that very clearly get brigaded are not allowed, but that doesn't stop people from posting clips out of context like this and then immediately fucking upvoting it into oblivion. It's pretty funny though, because like the comments are, the LGBT allegations are true. 100K raised for charity last night, by the way. Austin checking on him at the end because he knows he's going to have a change of Hasan's diaper at the top of the hour ad break. Hasan is mauling on his Discord, reacting to this comment, Lamau. Why is he so fragile? He doesn't hate LSF. He just hates whenever people criticize him in any way, shape, or form. Like, they're literally sitting in the Discord being like, ooh, did we get him? And it's like, no, dude, you didn't. I know it'll make you feel like you did, but you didn't. Yeah, the non-D commenters seem to be getting tired of this shit, at least. Yeah. They love when you say a particular community because it makes them think you're scared of them. No, I'm not. I do feel bad for them, though. That is real. I do legitimately feel bad because, like, this can't be healthy. You know what I mean? Like, think about it this way. This is, how long is this fucking clip? It's a 26-second clip, okay, of me talking shit back to my podcast co-host who's staying at my fucking house, okay? A very close friend of mine. Clipped out of context, 100,000 views, updated into oblivion by Redditors being like, that's right, they're so mad at one another. He's so upset about falling off. The next day, 30K stream over the course of fucking 8 hours with a shit ton of content creators raising $100,000 with this community in 8 hours, right? A phenomenal achievement, I think. Literally the reason why I do what I do, because, you know, this is the community at its best. Not a single post of it whatsoever. That's precisely what I was talking about. Pointing out how toxic of a shithole LSF has become, and perhaps was always, and how easily brigaded it is. No mentions of that, but just this. This is the top post. They see it in the Discord and they go, he must be malding, which is ironic because as soon as this clip happened, I told Austin on stream, as you guys remember, that my haters will clip this and post it and brigade it, which they did. Two friends riffing with one another on camera turns into drama, when in fact, the reality of the matter is the exact opposite of the way that they are presenting it, but it doesn't matter. And I don't know what to do about it. Like, it always reminds me of that time when people were like, oh, he wants to kill himself. He's really sad about falling off. And it's like, well, one, I haven't fallen off. And two, I wasn't even sad at all. So how do I address an entire community in their own hug box, in their own echo chamber, deciding collectively that I have felt really, really bad? You just keep living your life, right? Have you considered that no jokes are allowed? Yeah. Nothing you can do is a sad echo chamber of self-delusion. It's not a reality. It's an insulation from reality that we can all see. Yeah, but the way that the internet works is that that insulated false reality can become the reality for so many people. So is it reality at that point? You know what I mean? It's perception. If enough people are completely detached from reality and a false reality is presented as truth, in the eyes of many, that could be seen as the reality. It's how propaganda works, you know? And I genuinely don't know how to deal with it. I don't know, but it doesn't really matter. Ultimately, at the end of the day, if enough people want to collectively bring about like this psychosis upon themselves as their anger and frustration develops a shit ton of resentment that ultimately is very unhealthy, then, you know, have fun with that, I guess. It's funny because it's not a thing that can be addressed other than asking the person themselves, right? Like, it would be as though if people were like, no, Hasan is faking it, his wrists aren't injured at all. How can you ever address that? Like, if someone was saying like, no, I've decided collectively that Hasan actually lied about his wrists, he just was tired and he didn't want to complete the challenge, let's say, right? In a hypothetical. How could I ever convince someone that that is not true? You know, there's no way for me to prove that, no, I am in pain. Like, it's just they've decided collectively that it's not the case. Trying to address it, maybe just giving them more fuel. I mean, it's just, I'm showing how fucking stupid it is. There's not much else you can do in that situation. The only other streamer who amped this type of shit will be X when he goes live. Oh yeah, for sure. But they see it as a W for them when you address it. I don't give a shit. The only Hasan hater I know, IRL, is severely antisocial and addicted. They hardly go outside. They're incredibly unhealthy. I don't think this hatred of yours is the cause of these problems, obviously, but I think it gives more perspective. These people who are obsessed are deeply unwell. Most people don't know who you are, and I think that's really hard for them to comprehend. Yeah. I'm neurodivergent. Don't go outside yet. I don't hate you. No, I don't think that all neurodivergent people who are agoraphobic hate me. I'm saying that, okay, look, I don't want to talk about the haters that much, so I'm just going to move on from this and get back to news coverage. The last thing I will say is this. I don't like Ben Shapiro. I hate Ben Shapiro's policies. I am not this obsessed with Ben Shapiro's life. Okay, I don't sit around and wait for Ben Shapiro to say something in a direction so that I can like clip it and make content out of it and like think about the parasocial nature of Ben Shapiro's like personal relationships are with other people. There are moments where it becomes like a, you know, major news story, like the deviation of Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro, and Candace Owens like leaving the Daily Wire or being fired by the Daily Wire. But beyond that, like, it's not something that I'm like obsessed with to that degree. And he is completely the opposite of me, right? In his worldview, in the ways that he advocates, in the things that he advocates for. People will say like, oh, you talked about his wife before. And it's like, yeah, wet ass P word. Like, that was a major meme. It was super fucking viral. Okay. Like, there are moments where I do talk about shit like that. But again, I'm not the one who is like creating the drama actively and desperately trying to create drama out of his personal relationships or whatever. Yeah, Hasan has paid assassins or haters to discredit him. I mean, I don't think they're paid. That's the worst part. I think that they're just doing it for free for the most part. I don't comb through hours of Ben Shapiro content to pull out a 10-second long clip and rant about it for 2 hours. Exactly. And that's the point. Like, because it is unhealthy to be that obsessed. Not getting paid online is bad. I mean, to me, yes. If you're actively like trying to make targeted content towards like some random fucking Twitch streamer who doesn't know you exist at the behest of another Kick streamer who also doesn't know you exist, like, you know, the fuck are you doing? What kind of war are you fighting? Is this good for your mental health? Is this good for your sanity? Is this the best use of your time? I personally think it's not, you know? It's very, very, very unhealthy. La, 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 no.